Hello, this is Chance, here to tell you about some more homemade folk art type fishing lures from my personal collection. These lures were made by an unidentified lure maker back, some years ago. They're actually made from clothespins. If you look closely, you can see the round head over here on the right. The wood body comes back and has a split section that would go over the line to secure a piece of clothing out. This maker has put lead in this void to give the lure weight so it'll sink below the surface. There's a lot of lures made from clothespins, but these are really at a high level of creative thinking in regards to that manner of craft. These are also unusual because they represent creatures from saltwater. Squid, a needlefish, maybe eel, and this one being a shrimp. The shrimp has a flat sheet metal head, some heavy wire, I guess those are antennae, some leather strips for, feet, legs, and a leather tail and a hook stuck through the body there. Squid, this one has leather wings and a leather tail. The needlefish has a nice leather tail, and this jointed body is unusual. I actually know of a second example that has more of a green paint. That's another one of these needlefish. And then I was able to get two of these lures that, to me, they look kind of like squid. They're different than the other one because they have metal fins inserted in the body rather than the leather wings, but they're pretty neat. A couple collectors have referred to those as birds. To me, in the context of the group of work, they do not communicate bird. But if you put them by themselves without anything to compare them to, maybe they do. In my opinion, these are really neat fishing lures. I've had quite a few baits in my collection crafted from old clothespins, but these are definitely my favorite. One reason I think you find a lot of clothespin lures is everybody had a clothesline, or at least enough of the population that it was a readily available object. It's a piece of wood that could easily be carved and crafted into other objects. There's also a couple of books published, one being this particular piece called How to Make Outrigger Clothespin Lures. This is the second revised edition by L.L. Snow. It was published back in 1963. And if you flip through it, it has pages of hardware rigging, different kinds of manners of painting, ways of thinking about a lure to identify what kind of function you want it to have, ways of using different types of clothespins, cutting the bodies up, adding tails. This version, the second version, has a color plate in the middle. And look at these. These are pretty interesting pieces. And I don't know what the distribution of this little booklet was. I'm not sure how far and wide it was spread out. But it just seems like anybody who saw this book and flipped through it and they liked fishing, they might be inspired to go try to make a lure of their own. But I'm always looking for other pieces that fit this collection. Fortunately, a few collectors have seen my inquiries and have reached out and offered me other pieces. But I'm really happy with these. They never cease to inspire me and make me think about my collection and what aspects I really value in the baits that I keep in my collection permanently. Because I can appreciate a whole lot of lures that I wouldn't necessarily hang on to, but these have always stayed pretty dear to me. So thank you for watching. And if you have anything similar, please reach out. I'm always looking to see pictures and learn information about vintage homemade fishing lures. And thank you.